Give me some of that long. Hard. Rock, what kind of show do you think this is?
It's a show about me, right?
Really? Classic rock, hard rock, and heavy metal from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Plus, stick around for Plug-In, where we support independent artists one song at a time. Take it like a man from a woman who knows music. It's time for RockGasms with Jenn.
And John.
Oh, whatever.
Really?
Yes, really.
Whatever.
Fine, you're such a baby. And now I'm honored to be joined by Mick Scott and Jason Stalk of their latest band, 7 Reasons Why. Welcome to RockGasms, boys. I hope you brought your whips because things are about to get really freaky, especially if Mick's involved.
Yikes. Well, I'm ready.
That's for sure.
Now, before I begin to ask you guys about the very cool news you have to share with us all about your band, I want to start with this. And, Mick, I'm going to throw this one at you right out of the gate. What exactly are the 7 Reasons Why, and who's asking the question?
Believe it or not, that's two questions that nobody has ever asked me. We were trying to come up with a name after Jet Set Rejects disbanded, and I was just sitting and I was actually looking at, I have a cat named Se7en, and that part just for some strange reason came to me, and I wanted this to be kind of obscure, and it could mean anything or it could mean nothing, and so it's remained obscure, as is my definition of how we got the name. So.
And see, that's why I just said that things are about to get freaky, because Mick's involved. And look, I wasn't going to ask this question or out you, Mick, but since you brought up your cat and all, last time we spoke, everyone out there should know that on my other radio show, 80s-gasm, it's been on hiatus, I did a full-on interview with Mick, and I had asked him what's his calming point in his life, and he said rubbing the nugget on his cat. So I never forgot that because it haunts me.
He still, to this day, we refer to it as his nugget, and he's got one white patch on his stomach that we call his nugget, and so we always give that, like, special attention. He's not officially a black cat if you lift him upside down, so he's caught between two countries.
I'm really glad that you explained where the nugget was, because this show, anything could happen. You could twist that so easily and think of that as a different word or something else.
And people know it's coming from me, especially.
Where exactly. See, that's why the clarification. So I'm wondering, though, does Jason also have a nugget?
I would not know. I would not know.
Thank God you don't know.
I love you, Jason. I'm so sorry, but look, you already know that there's not enough whips to contain Mick and his weirdness over there. So these types of questions are bound to happen.
That's great. I'm all ready. My armor's on.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you something easier here instead of getting to the nugget and what have you. Many of your fans know you both from your band that you just mentioned, Jet Set Rejects, but sometime last year you both announced your departure, and since then you've decided to put together 7 Reasons Why, and you added violinist Hiro Goto and Angela Piazza. Your song catalog is based around the same songs you performed as the Jet Set Rejects. So what new flavor does your current lineup offer with your new project, Jason?
When I write these songs, I always have strings in them. And I just think that fits for my type of music. I play a 12-string guitar with Jet Set Rejects, and I switched to the 12-string acoustic, and it's different the way I play it. And the violin, along with that, creates a sound that's very unique. We've played with many different types of bands. Reggae, punk bands, very hard rock, bands like Asia, which are, a little mellower, and we fit in with anybody.
You do. I had once asked Mick in the past during our previous interview, how would you categorize the genre of music you do, because you are so versatile that way, and you mentioning playing with all these different bands, you've actually got a lot of stuff coming up between May and June so far, what I see on your website, where you're sharing the bill with Randy Bachman, who of course is from the Guess Who and Bachman Turner Overdrive, Asia, Hoobastank, and Agent Orange, and that's quite a little flavor going on there. That's like 31 flavors with 7 Reasons Why, so how do people in the audience, when you're opening for bands of various genres like that, accept 7 Reasons Why and your new flavor?
Well, they look at us on stage, and we have, and I have to say it this way, we have a lead singer frontman who's like a cross between Mick Jagger and Marilyn Manson. We have me that looks like, something from possibly the folk era. And we have Hiro Goto. He's a symphonic violinist, really, classically trained musician. We got Angela, who we call Godzilla. So she's this little blonde, and she's back there at the drums. And I think there's a look like, okay, what are we going to get now? And we hit the stage running, and the way Mick starts the set out, you can just see people are immediately going, I got to hear this.
One, Love is strange, so very strange. Love is strange, so very strange. When it's like a sequel, it's like a gentle rain, it's like a sucker punch in a hurricane. Well, it's like the thunder, but it's like the wind blowing through your heart when it's coming in. Love is strange, so very strange. Love is strange, so very strange. Oh yeah. Love is strange, so very strange. Love is strange, so very strange. Now take it easy and take it slow, take it as it comes and don't let go. Well, it's all around us, it's everywhere, it's like salvation against the spell. Love is strange, so very strange. Love is strange, so very strange. Love is strange, so very strange. Yeah, love is strange, so very strange.
Since you did talk about Mick and his stage antics, Mick, I heard recently that you tore your pants on your stage, and other things that you've done on stage that you've mentioned and boasted about actually are like hitting your knees really hard and being laid up and stuff like that. So what else can people expect from a live show from you, Mick? I mean, are you gonna like bust your back on the next one? What's gonna happen there?
Just for the record, the last tearing of my pants was a PG tearing, where the first time was like a triple X tearing. The last time was I just blew my knee out. I literally have 6 ice packs in my freezer that after every show are in rotation. I promise to be a good boy up until we hit the first note. And then whatever happens then is everybody else's problem, and I'll apologize for it at the end of the show.
And you have.
And I have, and I'm continually do it.
Well, you don't just sing with your voice, you sing with your whole body. But I think a challenge, Jason, just work with me on this, Jason, okay? Next time you guys are performing, maybe on your May 1st show, that's the one that you're doing with Hoobastank, correct?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I want you to tie Mick to a chair just for like 20 minutes and see what happens. See what happens to his voice. Let's just see how much he sings with his body versus his voice. And also, if you could have like some of these other bands that you're having your venues with, like say Asia or something like that, have them have some Ben Gay at the ready just in case he breaks out of the chair.
I'm up for that. I think get him just for 20 minutes in the car.
Me and Jason drive to the venue, and it's funny because he is really calming for me, because I used to be just maniacal. I was like a horse in the gates. By the time we get to the venue, I look around and snap, I'm back in it. But if I didn't have that point with Jason in the car, I think I would be the Tasmanian devil by the time we got there.
I can see that. Look, I'm going to solve your problem right now. You should just run to each performance that you have. I think that would solve everything, and then Jason could have maybe a little peace and downtime in the car.
It's doable. Some of our shows are only like 6 blocks from my house, so I think we could probably do it.
Solving problems here, Jason. That's
There you go. You're doing it, Jen.
I am. I'm doing something over here. You don't want to see it. I'm just saying. Listeners, however, will also have a chance to do it with, and you set me up for this, Jason, so I'm going to blame you now, even though we like to blame Mick for everything. Listeners are going to have a chance to see what Mick and Jason do on stage, because between May 1st and June so far, what I've seen in your lineup on your website, you've got tickets on there for your upcoming events, which are available at 7reasonswhy.com. Now, I should tell everybody that 7 is spelled with the number 7 in place of the V, so it's SE7EN if you want to check them out online, 7reasonswhy.com. You can also get their backstory and their members' bios, listen to more of their great music, check out their photos, etc. while you're at the site. Now, if you want immediate interaction with them, please check them out on their Facebook page at /7reasonswhy, and 7 there is also spelled the same way, SE7EN. I got to tell people this because, look, we live in an ADD society. I don't expect people to remember this, and that's okay. Please be sure to give them a like and some feedback on the songs that you heard during this segment, which I'm going to let them introduce in a way that only they know how. But I'm kind of afraid now, after hearing some of your stories, to let you introduce, but we're going to see what you guys are going to do with this.
Do a lead-in, Jason.
All right, Living in the Now. Living in the Now is a song that I actually wrote after my dad passed away, because my dad lived a life, and thank God he was like this, because he's left all of us heirs something to remember him by. But my dad was always saving for a rainy day, and there's things that I always wanted him to do that he didn't do. Buy that car he always wanted. Go on that great vacation where you didn't worry about cost. And I wrote this song basically about that. So I was able to let my emotions out about this. And as it turned into, Mick does a great job of introducing this song, because he expresses it that we need to live for now. All of us need to appreciate what's going on right now in our life and live in the moment. You know, the past is gone, the future isn't here yet. So it's one of our favorite songs to do.
Well, Jason, I appreciate that, and I think that's a very nice homage to your father, and I want to thank you and Mick for both being on RockGasms today. Please, both of you, come back anytime. You got breaking news. Happy to have you on.
Jenn, it's always a pleasure.
You're the best.
You are the best. You are so articulate, and you are so informative. In every interview that you do, it's so much more we get to hear as a listener on your show than 99% of the stuff that's on the internet. I mean, I say that. I always pass to you so I can come back on and talk to you, and always, I mean, it's just an honor to be on your show. We love your show.
Jenn rocks.
Yes, she does.
Well, you guys are making me blush, but thank you very much for that. And please, like I said, come back anytime.
Strange fascination, what I'll be, never knowing what I'll see. No one I'm sure of seems to me, and all that sets me free. Not waiting for the rain to break the chains, can't help from feeling strange. And nowhere to turn back from where we came, and all that's left to say, I'm living in the now, living in the now, I'm living in the now. Now what I want is precious time, yours and always mine. And isn't it a pity and a crime, and all that's on my mind is living in the now, living in the now, I'm living in the and all that's left to say